with your host, Sean Myrie. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Right? So, this is an update of Trump's speech. It wasn't too long. I thought it would be actually longer, but he had a speech. He had a lot to say, a lot of boastful stuff to talk about. He also was talking about the astronauts going or flying past the moon, and saying, talking about that the conflict probably, he hopes that it ends quickly, or he's not giving an exact time line what's going on. He's not giving people anything straight. I think it's a lot of bag of air or whatever you want to call it. He's just, playing with the American people. He's not giving anybody anything clear. He's just declaring victory, that all their stuff, what they got, like, the Revolutionary Guard is basically finished, right? So he is kind of declaring an early victory, saying America has won, right? So what did he say today? What did the Donald Trump speech? Donald Trump's talking a lot. Bless up, OG Kicks. Yeah, he's addressing people. We are there to help our allies. Trump once again shifts reasoning for Iran. He talks. Let me see if I can get this audio. Let me get this audio popping, people.
Brave astronauts on the successful launch of Artemis 2. It was quite something. It will be traveling further than any manned rocket has ever flown, and will very
Talking about
substantially pass the
space.
moon, go around it, and come back home from a distance that has never been done before. It's amazing. They are
It's
on
Donald
the
Trump.
way, and God bless them. These are brave people who want to God bless us for
Talking about
unbelievable
the astronauts,
As we
right?
speak this evening, it's been just 1 month since the United States military began
A month.
Operation Epic Fury,
Epic Fury.
targeting the world's #1 state sponsor of terror,
Mm-hmm.
Iran. In these past 4 weeks, our armed forces have delivered swift, decisive,
Donald Trump is talking.
victories on the battlefield. Victories like few people have ever seen before. Tonight, Iran's Navy is gone.
You hear that?
Their Air Force is
Iran's
in ruins.
Navy is gone. The Air
Their
Force is
leaders, most of them terrorist regime they led, are now dead. Their command and control of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is being decimated as
hear
we
that?
speak. Their ability to launch missiles and drones is dramatically curtailed, and their weapons, factories, and rocket launchers are being blown to pieces. Very few of them left. Never in the history of warfare has an enemy suffered such clear and devastating large-scale losses in a matter of weeks.
Here he's talking.
Our enemies are
Brave.
losing in America, as it has been for 5 years under my presidency. He's winning, and now winning bigger than ever
Win
before.
bigger than ever. That's what he's
Before
saying.
discussing this current situation, I also want to thank our troops for the massive job they did in taking the country.
He says it's gonna be quick. He says it's gonna be fast.
It
Let's
was
see.
quick, lethal, violent, and respected by everyone all over the world. After rebuilding our military during my first term,
No, he's gloating what he's doing. He's gonna talk all this stuff and make himself look good.
and now we're working along with Venezuela. Are in a true sense of
Venezuela.
joint venture partners. We're getting along incredibly well in production and sale of massive amounts of oil and gas.
See how he's talking? Holy
Second
shit.
largest reserves
Hold
on
on.
Earth after the United
Hold
States of America. We're now totally independent of the Middle East, and yet we are.
He's saying they're totally independent of the Middle East. He's gloating how he took over Venezuela. No joking. He's gloating how they took over Venezuela and saying that they're totally independent from the Middle East. But even though, they're still fighting down there, and, they're hitting big, They've been hitting their bases, American bases, down in the Middle East. So Trump is claiming they totally don't need the Middle East for oil because that Venezuela and how they're working out a deal. This is what he's saying. I'm gonna play the audio. He's working out a deal. It's like his reality show, people.
There to help. We don't have to be there. We don't need their oil.
Hear that?
We need anything they have. We're there to help our allies. Tonight, I want to provide an update on the tremendous progress our warriors have made in Iran and discuss why Operation Epic Fury is necessary for the safety of America and the security of the free world. From the very first day I announced my campaign for president in
Man, he's gonna talk about himself and how he's the one who done all of this shit by himself. Right? Let's hear more.
2015, I have vowed that I would never allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon.
Mm-hmm.
This vernacular regime
So he
has been
says.
chanting death to America, death to Israel for 47 years. Their proxies were behind the murder of 241 Americans in the Marine barracks bombing Beirut.
Oh, so this is revenge for the 200 and something soldiers who died a long time ago for a bombing in Beirut. So this is revenge, right? So he's bringing it, Donald Trump. This is the speech he had tonight.
The slaughter of hundreds of our service members with roadside bombs.
Mm-hmm.
They were involved in the attack on the USS Cole, and they carried out the countless other heinous acts, including the just horrible, bloody atrocities of October 7th in Israel. Something that
Oh shit! So now he's putting them with the stuff what happened in Israel now, and then he's blaming them for like the 200. Well, he's saying they bombed in Beirut back in the day, 200 and something Marines or soldiers. So this is revenge. Trump is taking this personal. Listen to him.
People never seen anything like it. This murderous regime also recently killed 45,000 of their own people who were protesting in Iran. 45,000 dead. For these terrorists,
that's what he's putting out.
Weapons would be an intolerable threat. The most violent and thuggish regime on earth would be free to carry out their campaigns of terror.
He's saying the most violent and thuggish regime. Man, he's going all in. But he didn't make it 2 hours, people. He did not make this one 2 hours. People, please subscribe, bring up likes, support the platform if you can.
Coercion, conquest, and mass murder from behind
Listen.
a nuclear shield. I will never let that happen. And neither should any
Donald Trump talking.
past presidents. This situation has been going on for 47 years and should have been handled long before I arrived in office.
So hold on.
I did many things.
47 years, but you guys were using Iraq to fight Iran. Remember that. You're using Iraq to fight Iran in the 80s. The same people you guys went against too. Also, you used Iraq to fight Iran. Remember that. Went down and dirty. This Donald Trump talking.
During my 2 terms in office to stop the quest for nuclear weapons by Iran first, and perhaps most importantly, I killed General Qasem Soleimani.
Did you hear what he said? Most importantly, I killed. He's talking how he killed the supreme leader. Is this guy like? He's taking all the credit, not the American soldiers. No one he killed. He's making it like it's him. That's why this man made an AI thing with the Olympics when the hockey team bet Canada. Like he's the one playing the game. He's the one. Hear him. Watch this. Listen to this. It's funny.
The first term, he was an evil genius, a brilliant person, a horrible human being. However, the father of the roadside bomb, and he lived just horrible when he did. Iran would have been perhaps in far better, stronger position. Had he lived, we would have had probably a different conversation tonight. But you know what? We'd still be winning and winning big. And then, very importantly, I terminated Barack Hussein Obama's Iran nuclear deal, a disaster. Obama gave them 1.7 billion.
Oh, no, he's bringing up Obama. He's using this shit to hit Obama. Whoa, yo, Trump, man, come on, man. Do your speech. At the same time, he's criticizing Obama. Damn, man. Trump, do whatever you want, but now he has to bring up another president. I'm thinking he's bringing up like some enemy, like he's talking about an enemy. I guess he's his enemy. That's bad, yo. His ego's out of this world. Yes, he's has to bring up Obama. I had to stop that shit, man. Like, he's using this speech to bring out Obama saying that he made a deal with the terrorists. Like, yeah, Obama gave him billions of dollars and stuff. Let's hear this shit. Watch.
$1 in cash.
Cash.
Green cash. Took it out of banks from Virginia, D.C.
Holy shit.
Cash thing.
Saying Obama took it out of banks in Virginia and DC like he's a criminal, yo. Yo, this is gonna go viral for sure. I didn't even watch it till now. I'm watching it as I'm talking to you guys. This guy's shit's gonna go viral. It is going viral right now. What he says about Obama, he's talking like Obama's a big ass gangster. Watch this.
Yeah. Flew by airplane in an attempt to buy their respect and loyalty, but it didn't work. They laughed at a president and went on with their ambition to have a nuclear bomb. His Iran deal would have led to a colossal arsenal of massive nuclear weapons for Iran. They would have had them years ago, and they would have used them. It would have been a different world. There would have been no Middle East, no Israel right now, in my opinion, the opinion of a lot of great experts. And I terminated that terrible deal, and I was so honored to do it. I was so proud to do it. It was so bad right from the beginning. Essentially, I did what no other president was willing to do.
Man, this man is Hollywood. Hollywood. I gotta give him 1 point. He knows how to put it out, his presentation, even if it might be negative to some people. He knows what to do. People, I'm gonna play some more of this. Donald Trump.
They made mistakes, and I am correcting them. My first preference was always the path of diplomacy, yet the regime continued their relentless quest for nuclear weapons and rejected every attempt at an agreement. For this reason, in June, I ordered a strike on Iran's key nuclear facilities, an Operation Midnight Hammer. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Those beautiful B-2 bombers performed magnificently. We totally obliterated those nuclear sites. The regime then sought to rebuild their nuclear program at a totally different location, making it clear they had no intention of abandoning their pursuit of nuclear weapons. They were also rapidly building a vast stockpile of conventional ballistic missiles. We would soon have had missiles that could reach.
So he's giving America and the world a presentation why he ordered the military to do a attack, why they went to the Middle East. He's giving a presentation why. This is what people have to do. It's part of his job, but he's doing it in his style. Why? Right? He's telling you guys why.
Reach the American homeland, Europe, and virtually any other place on Earth. Iran's strategy was so obvious. They wanted to produce as many missiles as possible, and they did, with the longest range possible. And they had some weapons that nobody believed they had. We just learned that out. We took them out. We took them all out, so that no one would really dare stop them. And they race for a nuclear bomb, a nuclear weapon like no.
Yo, he knows how to put it down. He's really putting it in his people's ears. He sells, man. He's a salesman. He's a salesman. People, bring up likes, please subscribe, support the platform. But he's a salesman, like a good car salesman. He's selling the people this whole thing. He's good at selling, man. I have to give him that. He's selling this real good. Let's see what else he's saying.
Nobody's ever seen before. They were right at the doorstep. For years, everyone has said that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons, but in the end, those are just words if you're not willing to take action when the time comes. As I stated in my announcement of Operation Epic Fury, Our objectives are very simple and clear. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders.
And it's going to last
It means
long.
eliminating Iran's navy, which is now absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, okay, we get it. We get it, Trump. We get you knocked out all of the military. All you're trying to tell Americans, all the success. You're telling the world it's only going to be a few weeks left. All types of shit. Let's hear more.
Hurting their Air Force and their missile program at levels never seen before, and annihilating their defense industrial base. We've done all of it. Their Navy is gone. Their Air Force is gone. Their missiles are just about used up or beaten. Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies, and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb. Our armed forces have been extraordinary. There's never been anything like it militarily. Everyone is talking about it, and tonight I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives.
He gloats a lot, man. This man is the biggest gloater. Never seen nothing like this in my life for like a leader. And you know what? Donald Trump is an actor, so he's entertaining us all. He is entertaining us. He's saying certain things like he said no other president could say or brave enough to say. So he's kind of shocking people too. People, please bring up the likes if you can, if you're in the chat.
Nearing completion. As we celebrate this progress, we think especially of the 13 American warriors who have laid down their lives in this fight to prevent our children from ever having to face a nuclear Iran. Twice this past month, I have traveled to Dover Air Force Base.
What are you saying, David? It's the speech, man. Donald Trump had a big speech tonight. Very big speech. I don't hear him talking about anything good for the Americans. Like, is he going to help them with anything? Like, people are suffering for high prices with oil and their food. I'm waiting for him to talk about that. He's talking about the war so far and all the accomplishments, what he has done. This is his speech, right? I'm throwing up, dude. Yep.
Heroes as they return to American soil, and I was with them and their families, their parents, their wives, husbands. We salute them, and now we must honor them by completing the mission for which they gave their lives. And
how long will this mission be? Let's see.
Every single one of the people.
This is Donald Trump talking.
The loved one said, "Please, sir, please finish the
Listen,
job." Every one of them.
If you're American, this is your leader, man.
Finish the job, and we're going to finish very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia.
See he wants to thank all the allies in the Middle East. Hear this, what he's saying. Israel, Saudi Arabia,
Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain. They've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail in any way, shape, or form. Many Americans have been concerned to see the recent rise in gasoline prices here in
Hear that? Talking about gasoline prices now. Many Americans are concerned about all the gasoline prices, what's going on.
The short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged terror attacks against commercial oil tankers in neighboring countries that have nothing to do with the conflict. This is yet more proof that Iran can never be trusted with nuclear weapons. They would use them, and they would use them quickly. It would lead to decades of extortion, economic pain.
So what's next? What do you think he's going to do? People bring up the likes if you're in the chat, support the platform, right? So what's next? What's next? What do you think he's going to do? I cannot give this guy my time. Oh, much respect, much respect.
And instability worse than we can ever imagine. The United States has never
I know Trump's really bad, man.
To confront this threat. You all know that we built the strongest economy in history. We're going through it right now, the strongest in history in 1 year.
You know what he's saying?
We've taken a dead and crippled country. I hate to say that.
You know what he said?
Dead and crippled country after the last administration.
He's calling America a dead and crippled country. What? And he repeats that shit ish. He's saying it. This is show you this man doesn't even respect his own people. Calling it a dead and crippled country. He said it over again. So for the MAGA people, I don't know if you agree with what he's saying. What he's saying it's a dead and crippled country. People bring up the like, support the platform.
Made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far with no inflation.
Mm-hmm.
Record-setting investments coming into the United States over $18 trillion.
Oh, he's
The
getting it.
highest stock market ever with 53 all-time record highs in just 1 year.
He loves talking about money. He's talking about money, man. Hopefully he gives it back to the American people.
It all positioned us to get rid of a cancer that has long simmered. It's known as the nuclear Iran, and they didn't know what was coming. They never mentioned it. Remember, because of our Drill a Baby Drill program, America has plenty of gas. We have so much gas.
Man, he's just talking how much gas he has. He don't care, man. He's just saying whatever he wants, man. Like certain things you just keep to himself. People bring up the like, support the platform if you can. Hear this.
Under my leadership, we're #1 producer of oil and gas on the planet, without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're getting from Venezuela. Because of the Trump administration's policies, we produce more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined.
Holy, you hear what he's saying?
Russia combined. And that number will soon be substantially higher.
That's why he doesn't like the electric cars.
There's no country like us anywhere in the world.
That makes sense. That's why he hates that China's doing this electric car stuff with Canada and promoting electric cars, because if the more electric cars become more big and popular and advanced, the oil is gonna lose its it'll still be worth something, but it's not gonna be the same. That's why he doesn't like that China is promoting the electric cars, especially to Canada and coming soon to the world. This is why he's doing all this, capturing all these places, right? It's part of the plan. He's saying America has the most oil now. Yes, I believe you got Iraq, you got Venezuela, and you got America and probably more people, right? So people, please subscribe, bring up the likes if you can. You want to hear more?
Shape of the future. The United States imports almost no oil through the Hormuz Strait and won't be taking it in the future. We don't need it. We hadn't needed it, and we don't need it. We've beaten and completely decimated Iran. They are decimated.
Hear that?
Both militarily, economically, and in every other way. And the countries of
left there decimated. Why ain't they giving up? Why isn't America fully taken out the Revolutionary Guard? If they are so decimated and weak, why isn't somebody else in charge working with America right now? And why is the Strait Hormuz still closed? Right? Nobody's talking about how he built a giant hotel in Saudi Arabia. You're right, David Chapman. I could bring that up. There's more, yeah, and that's why he's soft with Russia. You want me to bring that up? Why he's soft with Russia? The reason, maybe this is conspiracy, but I heard way before he was even the president, along when he was becoming the president, and that's why they link him to this Russia stuff. And this is coming up back. There's actually an investigation was coming up against Trump right now in regards to the election stuff with Russia. But that's another story. I could talk about that. But right now, all right, Trump has investments in Russia. I heard Trump, and I don't know if it's true. I'm gonna look it up more. That he helped develop some place in Russia. It's like Las Vegas. It's like a Las Vegas, right? Like what you're saying, the giant hotel in Saudi Arabia. Of course, yes, Dubai. He got real estate down there. Guaranteed, if anybody has real estate as a businessman, Donald Trump has real estate in Dubai and all those places he's been talking about. So for sure, he needs the military to fully be down there to protect his investments. It makes sense. He wants to get rid of this guy, the supreme leader stuff. He's claiming it's going to be swift. Let's hear some more.
The world that do receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. They must cherish it. They must grab it and cherish it. They can do it easily. We will be helpful, but they should take the lead in protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on.
Here he's talking.
So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation.
Ooh, he's coming to it. This is what he's coming to. The big part, people. What America, or what he's trying to say to everybody in the world. People, bring up the likes, support platform. This is where it's coming. What he wants to see. This is the kicker.
We had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. Number one, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us as we as. Go to the street and just take it. Protect it. Use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy.
We hear what this guy's promoting? He's promoting piracy. He's telling all you countries, you want your oil? Go over there yourselves and just take it. It's nothing. Just take it. That's what he's promoting. He's saying to all these other countries, just go over there and take it yourself. Damn.
And in any event, when this conflict is over, the strait will open up naturally. It'll just open up naturally. They don't want to be able to sell oil because that's all they have to try and rebuild. It will resume the flowing, and the gas prices.
How he looks, he puts his face and talks, man.
Prices will rapidly go back up. They haven't come down very
people,
much, frankly.
please like, bring up the likes, support the platform.
Over the last couple of days, we've done actually much better than I thought. But we had to take that little journey to Iran to get rid of this horrible threat. With our
man, he's a talker.
Where people are just now talking about receiving larger refunds than they ever thought possible. They are getting so much more money than they thought. That's the great, big, beautiful bill. Our economy is strong and improving by the day.
Now he's talking about the American economy. So he goes from the oil now, right? How all the other countries should just go there and how much money America's going to make from the oil. So like I said, a long time ago, I've been saying this on episodes. It's an economic war, man. It's an economic war with a physical war. Because he's talking basically the benefits of taking from the country. Not just like, liberating them. Hell no, we don't give a shit about that. We got to take something from this country when we're finished, right? That's what he wants. Global economic recession is coming. You're right, bro. Mike Snyder. Michael Jackson wrote a song. He says in the song, if Roosevelt and MLK was living, they wouldn't let this be. Yeah, I know he was against the system, Michael, but yeah. Let me hear the rest of what he's saying. It's crazy.
And it will soon be roaring back like never before. It will top the levels that it was a month ago. I made it clear from the beginning of Operation Epic Fury that we will continue until our objectives are fully achieved. Thanks to the progress we've made, I can...
People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes, support the platform. All 19 in the chat. Bring up the likes, man.
Say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly.
Hear him shortly.
We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong.
Whoa! Did you hear what he says? We're going to knock them... We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong. What do you mean by that? I might have to bring that back because that could be offensive. I hope he's talking about just the regime.
Discussions are ongoing. Regime change was not our goal. We never said regime change, but regime change has occurred because of all of their original leaders' death. They're all dead.
Wait a minute, man. Hold on a minute. You hear this man's talking? He probably needs to get impeached now. He's fumbled. He said he never seeks regime change. Didn't you say you want those bums out of the way and shit like that? So you're saying you would keep the supreme leader there, the supreme leader, that style. So that's not liberating the people. Earlier, saying how they unalived 40,000 of them. So you're saying that you were not. Let me bring this back. I'm gonna bring this back. This man just said.
To bring them back to the Stone Ages where they
Check
belong.
this.
In the meantime, discussions are
Because he's
ongoing.
going back on his
Regime
word.
change
He's
was
going back on his
not our
word.
goal. We never said regime change, but regime change has occurred because of all of their original leaders' death.
That's a big lie. I've been found from what he wanted regime change. The whole reason to go there is to regime change, right? Trump number one, and nobody's talking about how the American dollar is going away and they want everything digital. Yes, that's coming. That is coming. That's been in the works, people. Bring up the likes if you can, everybody in the chat, right? He said never seek to regime change. So you're saying to keep the same regime in that's been running the country for 47 years. Make it make sense. Just listen closely to what he's saying. He never sought regime change, but then he's talking about how much thousands of people got killed by this regime.
They're all dead. The new group is less radical and much more reasonable. Yet if during this period of time no deal is made, we have our eyes on key targets. If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of them.
So he's still saying if there's no deal, we're gonna. So he's waiting for a deal. He's still trying to. He's saying they basically have to give up. He's saying if there's no deal, we're going to hit them with whatever. Still wants them to make a deal. That's just going to be longer. How long you're going to be waiting for that deal?
Electric generating plants very hard and probably simultaneously. We have not hit their oil, even though that's the easiest target of all, because it would not give them even a small chance of survival or rebuilding. But we could hit it, and
With
it
respect,
would be gone, and there's not a
set
thing
gate,
they could do about it.
digital ID. Yep, he will have to die on. Yep.
100% enough.
He's talking a lot, man. Tonight was a speech where it's mostly that, like all ear. But he changes up his mouth a couple times.
Highlighted. We are unstoppable as a military force.
No, I'm not putting nothing in his mouth. He says, I bring it back to what he said. Hold on. Let's bring it back to what he said.
We had to take that little journey to get rid of this.
I brought it back for you to listen to.
With our historic tax cuts, where people are just now talking about receiving larger refunds than they ever thought
Switches
possible.
money. He always switches.
They are getting so much more money than they thought. That's from the great big beautiful bill. Our economy is strong and improving by the day, and it will soon be roaring back like never before. It will top the levels.
Top the levels, he said.
I made clear from the beginning of Operation Epic Fury that we will continue until our objectives are fully achieved.
It's coming up, what he said.
Thanks to the progress we've made, I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly.
Before I started, the man said he never sought regime change, but I've been following this, and they said the main thing they don't want the supreme leader regime, the one who beheads people, the one who oppresses women. That's the regime that's always been in control for 40 something years, right? Same people who he just said in the speech eliminated 40,000 people, right? So he didn't seek regime change. Let's hear more.
We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong. In the meantime, discussions are ongoing. Regime change was not our goal. We never said regime change, but regime change has occurred because of all of their original leaders' death. They're all dead. The new group is less radical and much more reasonable. Yet during this period of time, no deal is made. We have our eyes on key targets. If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard and probably simultaneously. We have not hit their oil, even though that's the easiest target of all, because it would not give them.
Of course, he doesn't want to hit the oil. He wants it to tax so America can make money from it. So what are you saying, David? If gas was under $2 during COVID, then why can't it be that way now? Good question. See, this Americans they're in the chat, man, speaking. Not just one person's opinion. I encourage all of your opinions, right? So let's hear more of Mr. Trump's speech.
Have even a small chance of survival or rebuilding. But we could hit it, and it would be gone, and there's not a thing they could do about it. They have no anti-aircraft equipment. Their radar is 100% annihilated. We are unstoppable as a military force. The nuclear sites that we obliterated, the B-2 bombers, have been hit so hard that it would take months to get near the nuclear dust, and we have it under intense satellite surveillance and control.
Well, he's boastful, man. He is boastful. He is boastful about what he's doing, man.
We see them
Listen.
make a move, even a move for it will hit them with missiles very hard again. We have all the cards, they have none. It's very important we keep this conflict in perspective. American involvement in World War I lasted 1 year.
Now he's talking about World War I, people. People, please subscribe, support the platform, bring up the likes. Everybody who's watching right now, support the platform. Let's play, see what he's saying about World War I.
7 months, 5 days. World War II lasted for 3 years, 8 months, and 25 days. The Korean War lasted for 3 years, 1 month, and 2 days. The Vietnam War lasted for 19 years, 5 months, and 20 days. Iraq went on for 8 years, 8 months, and 28 days. We are in this military operation so powerful, so brilliant against one of the most powerful countries for 32 days. And the country's been eviscerated. Essentially, is really no longer a threat. They were the bully of the Middle East, but they're the bully no longer. This is a true investment in your children and your grandchildren's future. The whole world is watching, and they can't leave the power, strength, brilliance. They just can't believe what they're seeing. They leave it to your imagination, but they can't believe what they're seeing.
That's Donald Trump.
Of the United States military. Tonight, every American can look forward to a day when we are finally free from the wickedness of Iranian aggression and the specter of nuclear blackmail. Because of the actions we've taken, we are...
What about North Korea? I swear North Korea boasts that they got a nuclear weapon. Are they next? What about North Korea? They got probably a nuclear weapon more developed than Iran. They've been having it way before. We must go to North Korea then. The government system will never do good. Yep. Black people are homeless in Chicago. You hear that, Chef? Chef Chevy TV? Black people are homeless in Chicago. So he's praising, he loves Trump, man. Everybody has their opinion. Chef Chevy TV loves Trump. He's the biggest Trump supporter I've seen come on this our platform, man. He loves him. Everybody has, favorite. People, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes, support the platform, people.
On the cusp of ending Iran's sinister threat to America and the world, and I'll tell you, the world's watching, and when we do, when it's all over, the United States will be safer, stronger, more prosperous,
Mike Snyder.
than it has ever been before. May God bless the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much.
It wasn't too long like he usually would talk for an hour, 2 hours. It was only like almost 20 minutes, 18 minutes or so. So, man, he gave one of his best, if maybe, no, he has a lot of speeches, but this is pretty good. I don't like any of them. They all lie. He's a liar. Let's be straight up. You know Trump's a liar. And before he was a president or anything, he's a known liar. Way before he's a president, he was known to be a liar. So what he's doing now is putting it down, that saying it's not gonna last too long. America, don't worry. All of this stuff I'm doing for you is for you guys because we have so much oil, we have so much money that Americans are not going to be suffering. You guys shall have, the gas prices will go down, grocery the way of living will get better. That's what he's basically saying, because they have all of this oil from Venezuela and now Iran, and he said America has the most oil in the world, more than Russia. So he's basically boasting how much oil they have, and they don't need really even to rely on the Middle East. That's what he's saying. They don't need to rely on the Middle East. What happens when you vote? You always get a liar. Yeah, more money is spent on war than anything. Of course, the military is like a religion in America, isn't it? He's rich but won't pay taxes. Yeah, yeah, man. I'm glad some. It's both ways now. Where's Chef Chevy TV? Because he's a big supporter, man. Kind of disappear now. Come on, don't be shy now. Bring your opinions on. You're a black person who supports Trump a lot. Nothing wrong with that. I know there's a lot of black supporters for Trump, right? Right? Even celebrities. You see Nicki Minaj and you see certain people like that, right? But he's put it down, man. He's saying that he's trying to make a deal. He was trying to make a deal with Supreme leader people, right? So he's trying to say it's a different regime there right now, seeing how he obliterated most of whatever they have as infrastructure for the military and defense. That it's basically doesn't exist, and they're gonna in 3 weeks put them into the Stone Age. I'm sorry. He said he's gonna put them into the Stone Age, man. I'm sorry, man. This guy's a comedian, but he's serious. He's dangerous, right? He's really dangerous because he got the power, man. He got the power to influence a lot of people, and he has influence. He influenced a lot of people. I guess the attraction to Mr. Trump is that he has an unfiltered way of speaking. He gets straight to it. But let's be honest, 3 weeks and America's fully out of Iran. Let's hold them to that. Even the supporters of Donald Trump, let's hold them to that. He says 3 weeks, right? So in 3 weeks, when I'm back here, America will be fully out of Iran, right? Because that's what he's saying. So let's go by that. In 3 weeks, America will be fully out of Iran. So let's hold him to that word, Donald Trump. One night out for the call. I should have done it. Next time you gave me the idea, man. You gave me the idea. I should have done it. I should have put the link. I want to hear you give it, man. That man needs prayers for forgiveness and mercy with repentance, and the love can be able to. Okay, all right. Chef Chevy, Trump has a huge hotel being built in Dubai. Yeah, yeah. Trump has a lot of investments overseas, man. Don't get that twisted. He has most of his investments not even in America, from a long time ago, way before. Like he had Trump hotels not just in America, all around the world, man. Just do the research, right? They posted his tax history 4 years ago. That's why they don't talk about it. Well, he had 34 charges. You remember before he became president, 34 charges, and a lot of that was tax information. And he right now they're bringing that up. I think they're bringing something up. So all this speech, what he's talking about, is funny. I'm gonna look it up. It's kind of like a distraction. As much it's nothing new almost. It's almost nothing new what he's saying, right? There's nothing extra surprising. The only thing he was talking about was the space mission, the historic space mission of the astronauts going towards the moon, flying by the moon. That's the only difference I've heard. That's it. That's it. There's nothing really new what he's saying. We know that he's been saying they obliterated the Iranian military. He's been saying that they're disabled. He's been saying about the regime that it's a different people. He's and then denying it. He's all of this stuff is not no surprise, and he's talking about financial stuff too in regards to America. So really, what he's saying is just a distraction. There's more shit what's going on. What's more important, even in regards to him. I know there's some type of investigation, right? And I'm trying to remember what's going on right now with Donald Trump. I think they're bringing up the elections with in regards to Russia. Let me look. Donald Trump and Russia. Something's cooking up because the Russian president was talking recently. Putin criticizing America, like basically kind of threatening Trump or America, saying, "Yo, you're not in reality with the what the Hormuz saying. You can't be doing what you're saying. That can't work with the Hormuz." Putin doesn't really talk, but he talks today, right? Donald Trump. What was I saying again? People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff, right? So, 34 felonies. Either way, that's why he became the president, so he could avoid all that stuff. They put him in there so he could avoid all that stuff, right? People, bring up the likes if you can while I search for this. So, Donald Trump and new investigation. Some new stuff is going on with Donald Trump. What in the world just happened to okay, invest? I'm not talking investigation. That's why I'm talking. There's a big investigation going on. Big investigation going on. It's not really getting the attention. New evidence corroborates claims of Trump's sex accuser. Yeah, that's coming out too. That's coming out too. So all this stuff, it's like putting the pieces to the puzzle. Please like, subscribe, bring up the likes, people. Now, yes, 2 days ago, this story I seen. But I was like tired the Epstein stuff, and it's working because all of this war stuff and all this extra stuff does overshadow stories. And now it's coming back again. Behind new evidence corroborates claims of Trump sex accuser 13. So that same lady I was talking about in another episode who claims she was at some event and Donald Trump was there. So 13. So let's read this, right? Because the speech he's talking brave, all types of stuff, and a lot of distractions. This is a story what's been in circulating but not getting viral. New investigation has backed up evidence given by a woman who has accused Donald Trump of sexually abusing her when she was 13. According to a report, the woman conducted 4 interviews with the FBI in 2019 in which he detailed alleged abuse by Trump. So this is way forward now, by Trump and child ex-offender Jeffrey Epstein. Her interviews referenced Trump was initially withheld by the Department of Justice. That's before he put his guy in there, remember, Kash Patel. A report from South Carolina newspaper, The Post and Carrier, released on Sunday, has now corroborated the key personal details given by a woman about a third man she claims also assaulted her, named Jimmy Atkins. Those details are not directly related to the Trump, but suggest she was truthful about other matters. So 2019, they're bringing up something about 2019. The White House has called the woman's claims against Trump completely baseless, while the president has always denied any involvement in Epstein crimes. So you can't deny all this war talk, all this war stuff, that it's to and before it's reverse psychology. It's to cover up the whole Epstein stuff because people are trying to link Donald Trump to the whole Epstein stuff case. Why? Okay, what else they're saying? This was 2 days ago, but I heard this story before by this woman, and this was 2 months ago. So it's coming up again. So Some people say it's really the Democrats, or some people are just trying to dig up shit. I heard this story 2 months ago or so, or about a month ago. The woman claims Epstein started abusing her and trafficked her to several men when she was age 13 and 15. She had met Epstein after responded to an advertisement for babysitting that her mother, a real estate agent in South Carolina, had given her to clients. The Post Carrier report says Atkins moved to whatever, blah, blah, blah. Either way, this story I heard about this girl from the 80s. So all this war stuff and how he's talking really works. It really works to overshadow even the Epstein stuff. It's like doesn't even matter anymore. No one. It's like people do care, but it's the war is really working in favor for Donald Trump. So it says the Daily Beast does not disclose a woman's identity in accordance with its policy on sexual assault victims. The Post and Carrier scored records to match the woman's testimony of Atkins' affiliation with the college in Ohio, as well as his age. Here, clear physical. You know what? People can make up stuff too. On Donald Trump's defense, people can make up stuff, but then it can be true too, right? We're not the judge and jury. But Donald Trump was associated with Epstein, and they're not talking about it anymore, really. It's not really important. It's the war. People, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Controversial. So Trump is worried when he's finished being president, which he'll be he's already old, turning 80. He'll be like 82, turning 83. He's probably worried that the Cosby effect will come to him. That all these people now will see him not the president anymore, and it'll be easier to prosecute him because he's not the president anymore. Pam Bondi and all of them is in the file, so it's everyone in Hollywood. Yep, they're all Epstein class monsters. Yes, you're right. Salute Jonathan Thompson. Princess Diana knew how everybody was evil, associated. They were best friends. Yes. And you know what's sad about it? As much as we talk about this war and all this shit, it's obvious it's a cover up. All this stuff. And he went to lengths to sacrifice the US military and put America in financial chaos to cover up his dirt. That's why people are looking on it. There's other people. America is split. There's people who are for Trump. There's millions and millions, and then there's people who are not for Trump, and they're wondering about these Epstein files. Right? They're wondering about these Epstein files. Can't deny it. People, please like, subscribe, bring up the likes. It can support the platform. But yes, this is just 2 days ago. That's why I had to bring it up. It's just 2 days ago. So it says the paper was also able to verify a direct association with her mother's criminal record for embezzlement. So who's it? The girl, the sexual assault girl. Let's see something. During the interview, the woman told FBI agents that two men were extorting money from her mother, who wound up going to prison for embezzling money. Her mother informed her, and she was a real estate agent, I think, right? Her mother informed her late in the process that they were in trouble, that she had seen photographs, and that she was paying people money. An FBI agent wrote after an interview referring to alleged naked photos of a teenage girl. Oh, there's so much. Remember, there's millions of files, man. Millions of files. So even the FBI or whoever's supposed to investigate this, they're exhausted because there's so much shit. But the main thing is all the big figures, right? The big fish. Why don't you know about the big fish? And people are pointing at Donald Trump as one of the big fishes, right? So all the speech what he's done, it's nonsense. That speech what he's done is stuff what he said before. He's been saying it. He's just giving you a rerun, and he just wants to make Americans feel comfortable what's going on with the war, so he could go on. So he's saying 3 more weeks. Then it's gonna be 4 more weeks. Then it's going to be 3 more months. Then it's going to be half a year. And then it's going to be a whole year. Right? You believe honestly it's going to be 3 weeks? And then America's finished with all that equipment they brought into the Middle East? First of all, you got to fight to secure the Hormuz, and you got to fight to secure. He's basically threatening them, saying, "Yo, if you don't give up, right? I'm giving. This is the big warning. This is the warning. If you don't give up, we're gonna really do something even more to you guys. We already done things to you, but even more, right? So guess what? I called it already. Good Friday's coming up. Good Friday's coming up. So something big I said earlier in the other episode is coming Good Friday before the weekend, right? So remember, he gave these guys a timeline. He claims 10 days or something. I don't know what date it is right now from his warning, but obviously they're doing stuff symbolic. Today's April 1st, or was April 1st. Well, it is April 1st. April Fools, right? So it's April Fool's Day. Good Friday is coming up. This man wants to make history. For sure, he's going to do something symbolic on Good Friday with the U.S. military. Right now, there's two fronts they gotta hit. They gotta hit Hormuz, which they can't really because it's sensitive. It's an international issue. That's why he's telling people from around the world to go there and just take it. Just do whatever you want because something is cooking, right? And what's cooking is the American military either invading, right, the island when they do the attack because they don't want to damage it fully. So they're gonna have to put maybe some special forces on the ground or some boots on the ground. That is coming definitely. So yeah. But in regards to the Epstein, like I'm saying, this war is to cover up that 100% and the other stuff what's going on. Right now, there's a domestic war, like I said, what's going on in America involving the ICE. So this news came about. It says new investigation backup evidence given by a woman. So let's see how long ago is this. 3 minutes ago. New investigation backs up evidence given by a woman who accused Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein of abusing her when she was 13. Mm. There's pictures with Donald Trump young with Jeffrey Epstein. What year is this shit? This looks like it's early 90s, yo. It's like the early 90s. Trump doesn't look nothing like this in this picture. Nothing like that. Like, you know it's Trump, but this must be like 1991, 92. But this lady is claiming it was in the 80s. So, to me, I took this apart when in the 80s. Because now, if I do this, it's maybe she's a lying. Like, not to say that he doesn't know Epstein, but when did he meet Epstein? Was it the 80s or in the 90s? Correct me if I'm wrong. I heard that he met Epstein in the 90s, Donald Trump, but we never know, right? It says explosive new reports by the South Carolina based newspaper, The Post, that Kerry has corroborated several details provided by a woman. Okay, blah, blah. She went to some media place and talked, saying how she was abused when she's 13. Must have been 1989, in the 80s. They can't put a date to it. The mid 80s. Okay. So the report identified Jimmy L. Atkins, a former educator and real estate professional who moved to Hilton Head in the mid 80s and died in 2003. Details such as his age, hair color, and former role at the college in Ohio were confirmed. I think this is one of the people because the lady was accusing 3 men, right? All I'm seeing is Donald Trump with Epstein. Records confirm her mother's employment as a real estate broker at Hilton Head Island and her subsequent conviction for embezzlement. The woman told FBI agents that 2 men were extorting her mother, believed to be Atkins and Epstein. Yep. Yep. So she says she alleges she was introduced to Trump, who then asked others to leave the room. She claims he attempted to force her to perform, you know, an X act when she bit him. He struck her in the face. Okay. That's hard to prove. That is hard to prove, man. That is hard to prove because, like I said, they are covering it up with all this media blitz and filtering out the media right now. It's like Epstein story doesn't even exist anymore, right? But anyways, him on his speech, he has more speeches to come. More speeches to come. But that is actually recent news. That's not old news. This is not old news at all. Well, it is old news, but it's resurfacing again. Why is it resurfacing? You got to ask yourself, why is it resurfacing? And then Trump at the same time is doing this big speech, which he hasn't done in from like December. But this story has resurfaced recently with the 13-year-old, right? You want that to go around? Let's see what else is going on. FBI accused of profound injustice. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on with this guy, man. Indictments of Donald Trump. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the like, support the platform. So let's see. Break down Trump's 21 trillion investment boom claims. Okay, what else news? Either way, that speech what he came out with is just a smoke screen. He didn't say nothing special in that speech. There's nothing new what he said in that speech. Nothing new. He's just giving you a rerun what they're gonna do and how they're gonna benefit off of it, and it's just another warning, right, to be amplified to the supreme leader or the supreme leaders, the people who are in charge. It's just a warning. That's it. And he wanted to tell the American people about how financially stable America is. That's another thing he wanted to do. He was making sure he tells Americans how financially great what's going on. Hard proof. We're the witness or the police reports. Right, there's no witness or police reports. It was rough at first, but you finally get used to it. Like, okay, yeah, there's no police reports, but people are bringing up things no different than Cosby. I didn't see too much. Like there was some, but not all of them. No different than other cases too, right? So it's just some lady who's claiming, right? Allegedly, Donald Trump was one of the abusers with Epstein right now. But the main story, what I'm saying in this speech, he's talking all of this stuff, but it's nothing new. It's nothing. It's nothing new. He just wants to tell people in America to it's all okay. We have this under control. And the gas, don't worry about it. It will get better. And how much oil or gas America controls, he put that out there to make people know that America has a lot of oil. And America doesn't need the Middle East for anything. And then he even mentioned about Israel, how Israel is, you know, good with America. And I swear he said something. I read something the other day. It's kind of funny in regards to what he was talking about with Israel, basically saying Israel is America's, right? And people would say they're not surprised about that. But yeah, Trump says Iran war is nearing a completion in the address to the nation. That was 1 hour ago, right? I definitely feel worse, but once you see it, you can unsee it. Yes, a lot of things is going on, people. Please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. So, Trump says oh yeah, that was earlier, right? Trump says Iran is nearing completion. Yeah, sure it is. Sure it is. 3 weeks left. 3 weeks and America's out of there, right? I guess Israel will take over. So Iran versus Israel military power compared. So we all know this whole speech got overshadowed the whole space mission, what they had today, April Fools. So it's like space mission today, historical. Going to the moon is a big thing. Donald Trump brought it up in his speech. He brought up this whole thing with the space stuff. I think it was in the beginning. So a space mission is very big, but they're going towards the moon. Huge for some big research for future projects. That's huge, right? At the same time, he's doing this speech. April Fools. I think the April Fool is that he already said all this shit already. He just wants to talk. That's what it is. Barack Hussein Obama. What about Barack? You can't go to the moon because the firmament. Oh, I could bring that up. Yeah, 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 yeah. I see that's conspiracy. When we get to that, you're right. You are right. It was so form of information, but that isn't smokescreen. He's communicating with the American people. And he's communicating with the world, Chef Chevy TV. He's communicating with the world, not just the American people, the whole world. Because he was telling people about the Strat of Hormuz that you should just go there. Just go there, man. No problem. You'll be all right. All you countries could go to the Hormuz. Take whatever you want. That was a shocker. Even if you support Trump, whatever, how you feel. He's basically telling all the world it's a free for all. Go to the Hormuz, take whatever you want. Right? And I know what you're saying, David. Yeah, so what is this what they're showing? If they're really they can't get through the firmament. Because how they talked about the space mission, it's just thousands of whatever miles in orbit. Right? It's in orbit, but there's conspiracy theories, who will say something else. They say they're in space, man. This is a big thing. I gotta make sure I remind people that's documented that today was April 1st, April Fools. Donald Trump does his speech at the same time. History since 1972, they say. The Apollo, they haven't had a mission towards the moon. They're not going to land on the moon. They're just flying by the moon to see they're going around for 10 days. And Donald Trump, he said that in the beginning of his speech. So people got to take that in. He said that in the beginning of his speech. Let me dig in my bag. I'm going to get to this really, it might be conspiracy or whatever. I think one of the main reasons, wherever that's going, if it's high, if it's in space, or if it's above us, so high we cannot see, part of that mission is to set up some type of satellite system or something in regards to what's going down on Earth right now, right? Meaning in the Middle East, right? The mission's for other stuff, but I guarantee part of the mission is to set something up above where we can see to watch over all of us for the future. It's such a coincidence. Big conflict, what's going on, and the threat of maybe nuclear war, or some people think that these guys are going in space. Haven't seen a space mission in a long time since that crew passed away. And I forgot the year when that happened, when he sent something up in the sky and the whole crew died. So this is something, because you haven't seen this in a long time. And there's a lot of people who are just finding out this right now. Some people don't give a damn. So this was something not nationwide. You see some people looking at it. Nationwide was observed by the nation before. This would be a big thing in America. It's not as big anymore, but they're claiming they're going to the moon. And this is what Trump put out there in his speech today. They're showing some. It'll be interesting to see if they even come back. Yeah, another NASA show. The Apollo was Hollywood, bro. I believe so. I believe you. I believe you. But you know what? People are in their feelings if I talk exactly what we know, right? For sure, bro. Live on the plane. Yes, I agree. You're down to earth like me. You're right. I know what you're saying, man. And they've been putting it out on the net, certain things, right? I know exactly what you're saying. They can't come out the firmament. No one's seen what's up there. It is a show. I could go deep into that by NASA or work with Disney. So, do you really think they're going in any space? Do you really think so? Some people think you're crazy, but I never been to space. They could say anything to people, right? So either way, it's a distraction. It's a distraction. They're claiming they're going to the moon or going to fly by the moon. Donald Trump praised them, saying this is history, and remember, it's America going up there. So this is history, big history. Some people believe in it, some people don't believe in it. I don't know what you guys think. Some I could see in the chat, a lot of people don't believe they're going anywhere. A lot of people don't believe they're going anywhere in space. But yes, what's next? Donald Trump is going to talk about today was a main thing was addressing the nation about the war, an update of the war. People, that's what's going on. Don't know what else to say, but the man. A lot of people don't want to hear him. And people, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. A lot of people don't want to hear what Trump got to say. His polls been going down. The support for him, I've been hearing, and unless that's fake news, I've been hearing that the support for Donald Trump has been going down. People in the White House are not happy with him, and it's even Republicans are not happy with him. I've been hearing that also. It's not just Democrats; it's people who are supporting him, who are they don't want to support him fully. I'm hearing the vice president wants to stay in the country and complete everything. Trump really, though, I'm hearing he doesn't want to stay there. That's why he's saying 3 weeks. Trump doesn't want to stay there. He doesn't want the legacy of being in a war until he's finished being the president. So he wants to come out to and say that he has victory. But the Vance guy is saying no, saying no. Vance is saying no. So that's how they're putting it. Like Vance doesn't agree. He said that Vance is doing the negotiations. He's saying that he's talking to whoever's the leadership, Vance, if that's true. I heard in the media about a week ago saying not Saudis, the Iranians want to talk to Vance instead of Trump. So I don't know if that's true, but they're not saying it's true, right? So they're saying it's basically lies. So what's next to happen? We shall see. You don't want this war to keep going on because, like I'm saying, if it gets worse, there will be some cells that might pop off in America. It doesn't have to be overseas stuff. It could be domestic, right? If they're terrorists, what do terrorists do? They just don't do terror in their country. They come to yours and do the terror also. I'm surprised he didn't even talk about anything like that. It was a short speech. It was not even 20 minutes. It was about 18 minutes he talked. About 18 minutes, right? Not a long speech. So guaranteed something's cooking. Majority want to say a lot, not most. The majority want to. Well, I'm hearing a lot of Americans, they don't want the war. So far, I've heard more people recently who used to support even Donald Trump that they don't want the war. They don't want this. They want this to end. Now you're starting to see some protests slowly coming up in America. So once the protests start, now people are going to change their opinions. You're starting to see protests come out in the street against this war. So Donald Trump is saying, yo, 3 weeks, that's it. I want 3 weeks. He doesn't care. He's so confident. He's saying, yo, in 3 weeks, they're going to be the Stone Age. They're going to be into the Stone Ages, right? So the way how he speaks is to really encourage or to make people feel confident, American people feel confident that it's not going to be a long war and soldiers are not going to die too much because we're not staying there long. That's what he's telling people. He wants people to feel confident about this thing, what he's doing. He's telling people it's not going to be long, right? People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. It's the Down to Earth Network on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, everywhere podcasts you listen to. It's there. But yes, this man, he's going down in history for sure. He's putting himself 100% to be remembered for sure in history, right? Because he's thinking one day I'm going to be gone. He's being realistic. He's saying one day he's going to be gone, right? One day he's going to be gone. I'm correct that. He's thinking like that. Don't think Donald Trump doesn't think like that. One day he knows he's gonna be gone. He's about anybody could go any day, but he's thinking, yo, I'm 80 years old. I'm basically 80 years old. I don't have long on this earth to live, so I only got a couple years left as being president. I might as well do whatever I want, right? So that's somebody who you gotta look out for 100%. That No Kings protest must have done something because they got no press coverage. You're right. There was no press coverage, really. You're right. I seen a little bit of that online, Instagram, but you are right. Let me read that again, what you're saying. That No Kings protest must have done something because they got no press coverage. Just a little bit. Just remember that what he says is the exact opposite of what he does. I believe, yes, I respect. Yes, you're right. It's the exact opposite. Whatever he says, that's why I know this speech tonight is basically bull. It's almost the same stuff he's been saying for the last couple of whatever weeks. It's nothing new. We already know he said about obliterating all the infrastructure from the military. We know about that. The only difference he's saying is how much money he's saving or giving back to America. That's the only update where what I see. Nothing else. No aliens. He's not talking about no aliens and no Epstein files. No King's protest failed. Maybe 200K across the nation watched. First of all, I agree. No one wants to come out, really, because they're scared of Donald Trump. A lot of Americans, he set it up good with the ICE. No King's rally, you're going to come up. Not saying people protesting, but he scared people already. He knows people are trying to protest. And then that's where he's going to bring the ICE, right? No one's coming out like that. You're right. You're right. Trump from the truth. Come on, man. Before Trump was a president, I don't know how old you are. I remember this guy as like a gangster businessman, and he even admit lying. He even tells you. He even will tell you he's lying. It's not like he's saying, "Oh, I'm not lying." He plays the game. Plays the game. That's what they got to do with it. ICE. He just praised the ICE. What do you mean? What the ICE got to do with it? Anybody who comes out protest against him, against Trump, if you'll be stupid to be illegal protesting against Trump. The ICE he has out there just to watch, man. People are in the crowd. There might be a couple idiot. Well, I don't want to call them idiots, but there might be a couple people who are illegal in America in those crowds. That's how they put the narrative in there. He was never a gangster. What do you mean he was never a gangster? I already done I done a deep dive into him, man. What you know what the definition of a gangster is? There's all types of gangsters. There's so-called legit gangsters. You think it's like just the movies? This guy is a friggin' gangster. He bullied the so-called gangsters. What you're talking about in New York? It's the only reason he was successful. He had the FBI protecting him from a long time, and I found out I think his uncle was the FBI too. I found out recent news that Trump's uncle was the FBI, right? Yeah, Trump was a big gangster in business. You could be a gangster in business. You could be a gangster in music, the music industry. You could be a gangster in all types of things. A gangster has different, if you want to say qualities. There's all types of different gangsters. The way how he is, I already done my research on Donald Trump, going back from 19 from the 80s and up into the 90s. He was working with Russian gangsters, man. What are you talking about in New York for real estate? He's the one who got Giuliani to get hard on the Italian mafia in America. You going after those guys? You're a gangster. Do your research. Donald Trump even bullied. He never even made the mafia bully him. He bullied mafia, and now he's getting back at cartels. This man going after cartels. Remember, this guy was just a civilian before, a civilian millionaire, right? Look up his history, look up Donald Trump's history way before he was a president, his business dealings, and he even has a book. But look it up when people were trying to bully him, how he dealt with them. How he dealt with them. I'm talking about some ruthless people he's used to dealing with, right? He's used to dealing with people. That's why I said Trump was meant to be where he's at. They put him there in that position for this time. He's put there. He's chosen. He's not really. That might be a conspiracy, but I don't believe no elections put him there like that legitly. That's why they're bringing up all this Russian stuff, right? I don't even really go into that too much, but he was put there. And you're not going to stop this guy. He's going to just complete his mission, an agent of chaos, right? His uncle raided Nikola Tesla's lab. You're probably right. Yes, I think I heard something like that. And he's FBI. And now you got to look on it. Who owns Tesla? Who owns Tesla? Look, I'm going to read that again. His uncle raided Nikola Tesla's lab, right? Who owns Tesla right now? Isn't it Elon Musk? Is it Elon Musk with Trump? People bring up the likes. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. He's good with Trump. Elon Musk, who owns Tesla right now? Coincidence what you just put out there. You see how you can connect the dots. And like I'm saying, I'm not new to this with Trump. Just because of the war, just because of this conspiracy, all of this stuff was going on. I knew about Trump years ago. I'm talking over 20 something years. Not just this year, not just a couple months, 20 something years, some of your lifetime. Some people who might be in here. I knew about him way before, from a long time, from when I was in high school, almost elementary school. My father always watched the news on this guy, seen documentaries on him, seen how he socially was way back in the days before social media was very big, how he was talking. 60 Minutes, Oprah, the list keeps going. He was a Democrat before, and then he changed to being a Republican. Remember that. He was a Democrat before, right? You are right. He's 80, has never been about his own kids. They didn't grow up with him. His kids wasn't seen around him until they were all grown up. Yes. And you know what was kind of funny? What kind of scared me the other day, right? That I know time goes by, but his son was just a little kid that wasn't bearing. Now he's like a big ass adult almost. He looks like an adult. Yeah, he does that. He didn't know who his sons were until they're adults. And that's for a reason. Because this man was fighting dangerous people behind the scenes. He was doing a lot of, he has a lot of enemies way before all of this. Way before all of this war stuff. Way before he was the president. He had a lot of enemies. I've been hearing he had FBI as his bodyguards from the 80s. The man had FBI as his bodyguard from the 80s. So who has that? So you telling me every wealthy man has the FBI as their bodyguards? He wasn't in politics, Donald Trump, back then. So that's why I said he's chosen. But people, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. It's the Down to Earth Network, the Down to Earth podcast. So I said I would have come back here with the update with his speech. And that speech, what he had, it's just a bunch of gas or whatever. Same talk, same rhetoric, whatever he's talking. Oh, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this. And he only done it for not even a half an hour. He didn't even go an hour. 20 minutes. He kept it short and sweet. And nothing really new. It's only to tell Americans everything will be all right. Right before Good Friday and Easter. Everything will be all right. That's what he's saying. Everything will be all right. Holy, this man put America in trouble, man. Like it or not. He put America in trouble, man. He put America in trouble. Remember when Bush went into the war too himself? He put America in trouble too. Bush. George Bush. He put America in trouble too. Right? You remember they lied about the weapons of mass destruction. Did they find any weapons of mass destruction? No. Where's the weapons of mass destruction? 25 years later. That's why you can't believe none of these guys, like somebody said in the chat earlier. You can't believe any of these politicians. I'm on none of their sides. If he went on any longer, he would have to stand up and look at the curtains. You're right. Normally, though, he must have to go to the washroom and stuff. I'm hearing that he wears a diaper. My dad always makes jokes about that. I'm hearing he wears a diaper. But normally he speaks for an hour or so. He goes for an hour. This time is only like, damn, 18 minutes, right? He spoke of all the destruction America has done. He spoke of um, the regime, and sometimes he talks too much that he kind of messes up stuff because he's saying that the regime is working with the regime to make a deal, like, or he doesn't want to take out the regime. It was never intended to take out the regime. That alone is a very bad what he said, that he never intended to take out the regime. And we know that's a lie. That is a bold-faced lie, 100% big lie. And you saw the mention he's cooking. Yeah, he's cooking. You're right. He said that. So Chevy TV, if you're in the chat, 100% I could tell you, he did say, he did change up his mouth. He did. He said that he was making no deals with no regime, no type of deals from the beginning, that they must surrender. They're scumbags, and how much people they have killed. Why would you want to make a deal with those type of people? That doesn't make no sense. Make it make sense. First, you're saying they're scumbags and they must surrender, and I said this before. This is common sense with anybody with damn sense. You're saying all of this stuff, hard talk, and then, man, that's when you wave the big white flag. Oh, we're trying to work out a deal. They're giving up. But there's no proof of them giving up. Where's the proof? Where's the Iranian coming on television and saying, hey, Trump is such a good guy, or we are working out a deal? Where's the Iranians coming right now on the media, any media, even Al Jazeera, and saying, we are working out a deal? The same people who Trump claims he's doing a deal with. How come we're not hearing them speak? How come we don't hear nothing? Or they might say, oh, they're scared of who the Iranian, the whatever, the supreme leader. That means the supreme leader, they got control. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, right? Because it doesn't make sense. People, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. So he 1 minute, no deal. 1 minute, yo, we're not doing no talking with them, surrender, and now then weeks after, oh yeah, we're working out a deal. They want to work out a deal. They want to work out a deal. All types of stuff. He's a liar, man. He's getting caught in his lies. He's old now, so it's hard for him to really hide everything. He's slipping up. He's slipping up. He's making mistakes. 1.7 billion in cash. Obama Iranian nuclear deal. That too, what Obama done. Obama ain't perfect. Obama ain't perfect. He done bull crap too. A lot of crap Obama was doing. But Trump ain't no choir boy. And people, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Yeah, Obama is no choir boy. He deported 3 million people. More than Trump. Way more than Trump. You get what I mean? Obama's no choir boy, man. Trust me. Enough for Obama. But what I'm saying is, this is the ultimate distraction. Trump loves it. He loves it. You could hear how he was talking in his speech. He was so he was repeating a lot of things because he wanted people to get it through their head. He was very colorful with his speech tonight because he wanted people to get it through their head what he's done or commanded. He was giving himself praise all through the speech. He didn't hear him really talk about other government people who's helping with this whole war stuff. The other day, like I said, he disrespected his own people, saying that they're losers. He said he likes being around losers or something. He said he talks a lot of shit. I swear he says it makes him feel big. He likes being around losers because it makes him feel more bigger. All right? And he hates people who have more than him. That's what he said, Donald Trump. Right? So tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he will keep talking. We're going to get a lot of it. Right? Iran has been preparing, you're right, for this war for 40 years. They still have plenty of cards. Yes. And you know what? You have sense, Mike. You got a lot of sense, common sense. Some people are watching too much Hollywood television. Um, these people were prepped for over 40 years, like you're saying. They know what America could do, but they have different types of strategies how to work America. People are not getting it. They got the hackers, for example, the hacker threat. Don't forget about that. They hacked the FBI files recently and showed you on social media. They're doing AI videos mocking America or Trump. They're doing the same thing that Americans would do. They're up to date. You see AI videos which they're mocking Trump because he likes to do that on his Truth Social. He's done it before. So they're making AI videos themselves. They got hackers to hack government agencies like FBI. That's how they're fighting the war. It's not what people think. They're just fighting a war like the old-fashioned war. They blast them up. Oh, we give up. We give up. No, they got a whole bunch of people in America already. A whole bunch of their own soldiers and whatever plants in America already. And the hackers. Technology is a different thing. If you could control technology, if you could hack stuff, that's more stronger than any bomb. Because by hacking things, you could turn that weapon around. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you could hack, just say military defense systems, imagine that. The same bombs America is sending to Iran, imagine they could hack it to send that bomb right back to where it's coming from. Think of it. Imagine they could take they could hack those systems. Not saying they could, but imagine if they can. They are done it to the FBI, and that is embarrassing, right? Iran has been, yeah, that's embarrassing, people. They've hacked the FBI Cash Patel's emails. They didn't get anything too big, but it was a warning and an embarrassment to the American government. Let's be straight up. No one's highlighting that too much. It was on social media. It kind of went viral, but not enough. You get what I'm saying? So if they could do that, they could hack military systems. They could hack even the prison systems in America if they could hack the FBI. Why isn't that a big story till now? That's the you see how they cover shit up, people? That's why people like me would love to censor, because I'm giving you guys the news and giving you common sense right now. It's down to earth, right? And it's late. It's a late one, people. People support the platform. Please like, subscribe. Makes sense. Why people? It's common sense. Anybody with sense. If the FBI is getting hacked, who else could they hack? Who else could they hack? And even Kash Patel admitted that he was shutting down all these Iranian sites, and that's what happened to him. So Trump's not talking about the hacking. He never addressed the nation about the FBI getting hacked and saying, "Oh, it's okay, it's okay." He didn't even address it to say, "Hey, we fixed that problem." But that should be big news. You see how the stories could go over people's heads. The FBI looks, America looks stupid right now. I'm sorry, they're making them look stupid. And this man is saying 3 weeks left in his speech. Only 3 weeks. It's not gonna be longer than 3 weeks. People, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. It's not gonna be longer than 3 weeks. You think so? Nah. That's what some people don't want. They want to hear. It's going to be long, man. It's going to be a couple months, a couple years, a couple months, a couple years. Even if America leaves, Israel will be left with the baggage. And Israel is America. Sorry, Israel is America. He let that slip just recently. He says Israel is ours. That's what Trump said. Israel is ours. Is our own. What does that mean? That's the 51st state, right? 3 years. You think 3 years? Iran? Yeah, it's going to be a couple years. It's not going to be in and out. It's not going to be in and out, people. It's going to be a couple years. America will be stuck in that situation. 3 years is when he'll be finished being the president. In 3 years, if he doesn't step down, because he's like a dictator right now, Trump. Trump wants to die the president. But people, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. It's the Down to Earth Network, and I'm out.